Yeah, at the moment, as you said, we've qualified and this is our first friendly game. Most of the players, are here. Some of them were not invited. And what I've been saying is it's important you give other people opportunity, not for me alone, for everyone here, to assess whether the person deserves to be in the final team. But on the whole, I have a rough idea of who I want to take, but I wanted to be sure of each and every player. And I can actually say that I'm confident that the 23 players that will be chosen, will be of good force to reckon with. Yeah, I spoke to the doctor, and at the moment they've taken him to hospital to have an MRI to check the extent of the injury. It's not confirmed yet, so hopefully when he comes back from hospital we'll get to know.
One question for both the coach and Andre Ayew. Coach, you did not invite the likes of Rafael Jomina. These were players who came in your first game against Ethiopia when you won 5-0 in that fixture. Are these players you don't have at the back of your mind, ensuring that you yourself mentioned that we need strikers for AFCON? And to Andre, 37 years since 2006, we've been to every single AFCON. Is this a year for us to go beyond just being potential team that is capable of winning the tournament? And probably going beyond that stage to win the tournament.
Talking of the invitation of, you're talking of Jamna. There have been so many players that have been introduced to all Ghanaians to have a look at them, whether they will be of good use, during the AFCON. I have opened the doors to every Ghanaian. And you see, normally when you don't give them an opportunity to play, it's difficult to be 100% sure with them. And then they're now going to play, they're going to their various clubs, and we'll be monitoring them as well from there. If a player, for instance, is in the team now, and from now to, let's say, May, he stop playing, it may have effects, on him. So everyone has a chance, You see, if we don't keep introducing more players, it will be really difficult for us along the line. For instance, at least those who came today, you yourself have made your assessment of each and every player, which for me is good. I don't want to be like Kwesi Appiah, where he always decide on which player he wants to choose. You should be able to choose a player as well, but not a player who is not out there, not performing. But everyone has a chance, at the moment.
Well, it's a very dicey question because we're in a period where, as you said, 37 years without the trophy. There are a lot of times where we deserve to win the trophy. I think if we won it in 2010 and in 2015, we wouldn't have stolen it. But it's football. We cannot say what is going to happen, but what we can say is that we have the squad, we have the players, we have the staff to go to the end of the tournament. But with my experience, I've been to 5 African Cups. I know how difficult it is. So we need to take each game one at a time and not rush into conclusions. Now there are even 24 teams, which make it even we have now around 8 before we go straight to the quarterfinals. So we just have to prepare ourselves. And I believe we have the squad to go to the end of the tournament. That has no doubt. And with the support of all Ghanaians, the prayers of all Ghanaians, I believe that everything can be very possible.
Yeah, Chief.
Yes. And I want to ask about Kudasama once again. It's not part of your team. There's no official communication as to why it's not part of your team.
Kojo Samuel's issue, you know, there are some medical issues that I cannot, you know, explain everything in public. But when he came after the second day, he had an injury, and we thought that, you know, it should be fine. I didn't want to risk him because the extent of the injury, you know, we communicated with his club, and they thought that it's best we let him come as soon as possible, because as I said, it's not good to, you know, expose a player's medical history to the public. But he had an injury, and for that reason, we could not use him, and he had to leave immediately for medical attention.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I'm Sadiq Adams. My question to Coach. You kept emphasizing how problematic it's been for you facing the attack for a couple of years now. Right at the caliber, scored 2 goals, assist in 3 days. Is it fair to say that your team to AFCON in terms of the striking options is hardly so?
I would say that, you know, this is the essence of the whole exercise. You know, you have the exercise, and you never know who might come out. For all Ghanaians to have believed in him, you know, so he's done well, and he's proving that given a chance, he can actually help the country. And so we hope. It's unfortunate that we don't have many friendly matches before the final call-up, but it's an example of giving our people opportunity, you know, to showcase what they can do.
Okay, my name is Peter Imshi, Rejoice Team. Coach, looking at your team, you know, football is played with strategies and tactics. Can you say that you are satisfied with the technical know-hows of the players, and looking at the tactics you want to play in the AFCON, are you satisfied?
When you talk of technical know-how of the players, I'm a bit confused. But you know, you see, to go to AFCON, the most important thing as a coach, you need to look at is players. For me, players who can play, you know, different positions on the pitch, and at the same time, players that you can move them anywhere, you know, to adapt your tactical play. You know, so looking at the players that we have at the moment, and then those that I have in my mind alone, I believe that we got capable players, because nowadays players, most players actually, don't rely on, oh, I play as a central defender and that's it, or I play as a striker and that's it. Once you do that, your chances become limited, you know. So most of our players, as you know, they can play different roles in a game.
My name is Betty and I work with Sky. Well, Coach, as you said earlier, that now you have a fair idea of your squad going into the AFCON. In your opinion, what kind of performance, what kind of preparation do you think your team needs to be able to make the needed impact at the AFCON? And also with all the pressure that is on you, now I think you are the hottest man. So much pressure. How are you soaking that pressure to be able to make that needed impact?
First of all, most of the players, you know, I have total belief in them. And talking of pressure, there's some kind of pressure automatically, especially in our field of work. You have so many criticisms, and then some will say positive things. So the most important thing is the negative things, you learn from it, whether it will help you along the line. And then the positive things, you know, it encourages you. It's always been said that no prophet is pampered in his own country, is it? So you do the best that you can. That's the most important thing. You know, you do the best that you can. At the end of it, you know, if you are successful, you thank God, because that's what the nation needs. you know. And if it doesn't go well, you also carry on with your life, and you hope that things get better.
Well, the question of what kind of preparations are you putting in?
Yeah.
Or are you expecting to?
You see, our team now, once the team is selected for the AFCON, you know, we'll be in camp for about 3 weeks, and there are a whole lot of issues that we will try to address and make sure before we go, the players are up to the level that we want. For instance, we may start camping here when they come home. You know, they will be coming home around 20th of May. So we'll give them at least a week or two, no, about a week or 10 days to be with their families, and then we may, I don't want to be specific, you know, we may start camping, but hopefully by 1st or 2nd of June, we should leave to our camping place to prepare, you know, before we leave to AFCON.
My name is Dennis Osei, Ghana News Agency. Coach, we have our local football bouncing back this weekend, and for a while, we've seen that you played a lot of local components in the team. I'm asking, do you think that their performance gives you reason to open up more for all the local players, especially for sisters?
Yeah, you see, normally the local players, I've always said that it's important we try to encourage them, at the same time give them opportunity. Those who play today, at least they've done well, but normally a coach does not use one game to assess a player. They need to, once the competition starts, you keep an eye on each and every player. You know, now that it's going to be a competition, it's going to involve all the other clubs as well. We keep following them, and you never know, we may get a Messi around.
Benedict.
But then at the ending, I think it makes it even more difficult, because then when it was 16, we had in the tournament you go to a point where you have about 5-6 days of rest. But now when you look at it and you calculate the days that the tournament is going to be played, if you are going further, you'll be playing every 3 days you'll be playing. So you need to be very fit and you know, have good rest and good training. It's going to be very hectic, very, very demanding. Because when we finished the group stages and before we moved to the quarterfinals, we always had a period of few days where you could rest and get back. But now I don't think that no team will have that. That was it. To be difficult for us, but it will also be difficult for the opponent. So I think it's a new philosophy coming in from CAF, and we need to adapt to it and be ready, because we won't have any excuse.
Alex.
Okay, Coach, my name is Alex from Kasapa. With the new players you call for these 2 games, which of them, you know, impressed you the most? And then, few months to the Cup of Nations, I know you have a rough idea of players you call to come before you finally select your 25 for the tournament. So how many players are you going to call with your rough idea? How many players are you going to call before you finally select your next?
I think players that has impressed me are players that has impressed you. That was the essence. Because I wanted every Ghanaian to have a look at them, and then we all think of who are doing well. But at least they've been given the opportunity. Everyone has done the best that he can. Now, you know, we'll sit back and think of, because there are other players, good players that were not invited. You know, so after all this, we give us a very good opportunity to still keep an eye on whilst they are playing their clubs, and then make a final decision. As to the number that will be invited to come, at the moment, I haven't thought of that yet, but very soon I'll let you know.
Coach, my question goes to you. My name is Isaac Balagawa. You can call me Kuluma. I want to ask you, I have two questions. First one is Kwesi Appiah. We saw him walking around from the beach.
I think that question has been answered.
No, please, hold on, please. No, I want to.
As a coach, every tactics depends on the opposing team that you're playing with. You know, their tactical play, that is how you also assess and design how you need to play. We knew automatically that Kenya was coming here, you know, with the view that if they even draw, you know, they will top the group. And for that reason, they had to sit back and rely on counter-attacks. Our alternative means to counteract that is to try and go through the wings, you know, which we did. The most important thing is you need actually good fullbacks and wingers to create openings, you know. And sometimes, if, for instance, you're playing a system where you don't have the quality, you know, in that aspect, you may face problems. But if you have the quality, you keep playing. Just that there should be no panic. You just play to your normal pattern, and automatically, you know, you get the goal that you need. Normally, you see, when a team plays like that, it's always difficult to find penetration. You know, so and I don't know if you look at the World Cup, even most of the big teams, when they play against some teams, they sit back, and it's always difficult to get a goal. You know, Ghanaians, sometimes when you don't get a goal, everyone starts panicking, and you know, some sort of I don't know. I don't want to use insults, but if you're a coach, you should be ready for all these things. But it's important is to keep calm and then play the tactics that you believe in. You know, but as to Plan B, and as I said, it depends on the tactics that you want to play. You know, if you want to play for getting to the end, Achu was out, so we had to change our tactical play. You know, so it depends on the situation on the pitch that will move you to, you know, change your tactical play. But if you are a coach and you don't know all these tactical plays, then I don't believe you are a coach. You know.
Coach.
And only two names. Because there are many of them that were not invited. And who are,
I'm talking about the striker coach.
Yeah, the strikers, we have Kwesi Appiah, we have Jamina, we have